Let's take you to the Western Cape now, because the Sustainable Infrastructure Development Symposium is currently underway at the Century City Conference Centre in Cape Town. The gathering is aiming to bring together government ministers, the private sector and experts in infrastructure development. It's also a platform to explore partnerships between the public and private sectors, as well as investment opportunities. Watching this story is our reporter Abra Barbier, who joins us now for a sense of what else we can expect. And Abra, of course, part of what is top of mind for a lot of people watching this is, while infrastructure is at the heart of economic development, there are a lot of concerns around gatherings like these being nothing but talk shops.
Absolutely, Ayanda. I completely agree with you. And I mean, that's exactly what I want to try to find out from stakeholders and from government and from investors today. So we have lots of suits around us. There's lots of high-level conversations that are going to be going on. Of course, we have the president who will be giving the keynote address. But what I want to know is, what does this mean for the people for the normal South African citizen? What does this mean to the people in the townships, to the people out in the communities who are complaining about water infrastructure, who are complaining about potholes, so many issues for the people out there? They want to know what's happening in terms of infrastructure. Now with me I have the Deputy Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Ms. Bernice Swarts. Ma'am, thank you for speaking to us today. Why is a symposium of this nature important to the normal South African? And how does what's happening here today trickle down to that man and lady in the street?
It becomes very important to the ordinary people in the streets, because we are saying that we want to stimulate infrastructure to grow the economy. Now, if we have infrastructure taking place in the townships, the building of magistrate courts, the building of high courts, the building of roads, the building of water and sanitation infrastructure, it becomes important to the ordinary man in the street, because that is how we are going to create jobs. Currently, we have the program at the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, which we call the Extended Public Works Program, which is turning 20 years this year, which we are going to be launching in the 18th of April in the Eastern Cape. Now, over the past 20 years, we have created 14 million jobs, but the rate of unemployment is still very high. Now, this symposium, having all the African countries here, and in particular SIDSSA, which becomes our driver of investments and getting in public-private partnerships in place. So that is where it becomes important to the ordinary man, because if we are building a road in Limpopo, in Mpumalanga, we are building a high court, magistrate court, a hospital, a clinic. That is how we are going to create jobs. And also what becomes imperative is that we have decided that even on the Extended Public Works Program, we are going to work on exit strategies. So an ordinary person in the street, if they are working as a bricklayer, when they leave the program, they will have qualifications as a bricklayer, because we are bringing in construction SIDSSA, we are bringing in the TVET colleges. So this symposium is high level here. But to the ordinary man in the street is that we are working towards creating employment. Now, if we get investors at the scale at which we are looking at getting investors, even launching the construction book becomes important, because even there we are saying that we, through the president's announcements, that we want to get in 2 trillion of rands into infrastructure by bringing in investors. It allows us to then create more jobs for the ordinary man in the streets. And then for the communities, it becomes important, because we know communities are crying out for water and sanitation infrastructure. We know that they are crying out for housing. We know that they want proper infrastructure in terms of roads. We know if you go out to all the communities, people are complaining about potholes, about the state of the roads that we have. So this symposium indeed becomes important in that manner for the ordinary man in the streets.
DM, thank you so much. That was the Deputy Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, of course, explaining to us why the symposium is so important and what it means for the man on the street. And hopefully we'll be able to, later on, after the President has spoken and after we've heard other stakeholders speak, we'll be able to come to you and tell you what timelines there are for certain projects to be rolling out, so that the man on the street can actually see a difference in his community. Studio?
We certainly look forward to it. Abra Barbier, for now, thanks very much indeed. Abra's live to us there from Cape Town in the Western Cape.